bad. Hold on for a ride. 30 days inside my rescue. What the fuck is going on? Turn this around, turn this around. No one's, hold on. We just stopped oncoming traffic out here to grab this little guy. So I managed to get a blanket around him, but I don't want to set him down yet because I'm afraid he's gonna try and bite me. Shit, forgot I broke my flippin' hose. Go dart now. Yes, good boy. Someone pooped in their kennel, so we are going to clean kennels. It's like 4 in the morning right now. Well, that was helpful. It was Rambo that pooped in his kennel. He folded it up nicely in his blanket. Very, very little to clean. That never happens. Well, so much for not pooping in kennels. I'm not sure why this just happened. We just went outside. Hey, get back, leave him alone. Someday I'll sleep. She was a boy dog. I swear I felt balls. I thought she was a boy dog. So then I was feeling down there again. I'm like, where in the heck is your wiener? You guys, it's not balls that I felt. She's got a big old fat vag. Got a big old chubby twat. Parvo is rampant over here, and my girlfriend that's homeless that lives in the area, this is her friend's little dog. She's not eating or drinking, and they can't afford anything, so she just dropped her off over here. I need to go get more metronidazole. If anybody wants to help donate to this, they're not surrendering her, but I'm not gonna fucking let their dog die because they can't afford anything. As soon as baby Logan got to me, I ran to my vet just to get some more meds, and they wanted to run a parvo test, and she wasn't in the worst condition yet, so we knew I could do home care, but man, as soon as I got home, she just spiraled down so hard. Good girl. Let me sit here and see if we can trim some stuff off, and I forgot my scissors inside, and I could just punch a hole in the wall for doing that.
Okay. Okay, gotta go. Coco's about to be mauled by a Chinese crested.
Well, she was found by a girl named Savannah. Should I name her Savannah?
No.
She really loves her.
Well, why didn't Savannah put her in the house instead of tying her to a tree?
Savannah didn't know better.
Well, Savannah's stupid.
Savannah lives in the 20th century. Are we in the 20th century?
21st century.
Or Savannah lives in the 21st century. She should know better. Man, Logan just kept declining. I had the option to hospitalize her, but there really wasn't much more that the vets could do that I couldn't do from home. And when a dog that's infected like this is at the vet, you know, the techs and the staff, you want to limit your touch to the dog as much as possible. And for me, there's just something about that energy where I want to be more hands-on as much as possible. And so anytime I have the opportunity to treat from home, I'm always going to treat from home. It's more exhausting, and you don't sleep much, and you got to really, really disinfect and strip down quite a bit when you go in and out of the room, but for me, it's worth it. Why don't you tell everybody what you just did, Utah? You just rolled all over in someone else's shit in the front yard because someone let their dog take a shit and didn't clean it up. Actually, I'm pretty sure that was me. This is my little dog, Ray Finkel. He's been my very first dog before I ever trained or did rescue or any of that. But a year ago, I couldn't have Billy and Ray in the same room like this. I had just taken Billy from his previous lifestyle where he lived on a 50-pound chain for the first 2 years of his life. He was dominant, pushy, just a beast of a dog. And it stressed out the whole household. So I asked my mom to take Ray for a couple of months while I trained Billy, and as it turned out, it took me a year, about 8 months, to get Billy to this point. Not because Billy was that bad, I just was doing training protocols that didn't work for him. I had to change everything I knew about training. Billy is the reason I developed the Leash Foundation and the Leash Reactivity course. Both of those are linked in the description. Baby Logan turned into a zombie puppy. I was force feeding. I was everything you can think of. We called in a friend to do Reiki. I just felt like we were losing the battle. And then this.
Is it good morning? You get up?
What a win that was. Logan's owners ended up surrendering her. They found out they had to pay a pet deposit that they didn't want to, so we got to keep her, and my best friend adopted her, which was so cool. The day Logan got better, the friend of mine that was trying to help these dogs brought me Logan's litter mate, said that they were trying to just give the dog away at a Circle K, but the dog had the same parvo symptoms that Logan did, and she didn't think he'd make it. I couldn't say no. I also couldn't say no to this. Letting our dogs act like dogs. We don't have acreage or a ton of land where, they can romp around and do dog things. So we embrace the little things that we do have for them and try to create and simulate as much dog activity as we can. It's a big part of the training process. And when I say we, I'm talking about Sarah. Sarah came to work with me this summer. She's an incredible dog trainer. She fosters baby Fiona and she's trained her. I don't know how I did all this before without her. No joke, I pulled in the driveway from the vet's office with Miles, and a gal was standing in my driveway with this puppy. She just found it in the road, knew that I worked with dogs, asked if I could take it because she was homeless and couldn't. Thankfully, within 24 hours, we had an adopter.
You're crazy. You're crazy. Get in. Oh my God,
Billy is easily the best workout partner. Easily. This is not an appointment. Well, none of them I'm thrilled about. My little Shih Tzu that I've had for 9 years is my very, very first dog. He has cancer again. Last night he started peeing blood. We've done chemo, we've done natural remedies and acupuncture. He has to have blood transfusions about every 2 weeks now. Dr. Giffords. He's keeping little Ray for the day. It's a tattoo. Armpit hair. Mom and I are gonna go in tomorrow and go over all his blood work and what's going on and where we're at. It was not as devastating as I thought it was gonna be. We're definitely not out of the woods.
Get trying. Nice catch. Get it. Go, Kibby. Go, Kibby. Woo! Oh my God, he's so fast.
You're okay. It's 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 okay, baby. It's okay. Hang on. 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 You could do it, Kevin. Oh, Kev, come on. Come get him. That's a good guy.
He's really sleeping now. Look at this.
My vet, Dr. Giffords, and his wife, Dr. Sosno, they're the ones taking care of Kevin and they take care of all my animals. They called and said somebody came down and wanting to euthanize this young dog. She's healthy. There's absolutely nothing wrong with her. And morally, they won't do that. So they got the people to surrender her and they asked if I would help out. Sarah and I went down there and took footage. Sarah worked her on a leash for a little while. She's a phenomenal dog, very young, very happy, very vibrant. We put this footage together and started promoting it on Instagram and a few of our social media sites. And within a couple of weeks, someone saw it and fell in love with her. Her owners wanted to kill her simply because she was a burden to them. This same dog completed somebody else's family, and it's all because of social media marketing. I am so grateful for everybody that shared her post. Well, Steve has parvo. Not a big shocker. I can't fucking get rid of it. It lives in my yard. I bleached the fuck out of the whole thing, and it just happens when the grass gets fucking watered or we get floods or any of that. I medicated him last night, and today he has diarrhea again. I'm like, that's not right. What's going on? Why? And I can smell it, and I know what parvo smells like. I'm like, why didn't that work? I go to medicate him again just now, and I turn around. He's chewed up the food around the pill, and the pill is broken in half and laying on the floor. You gotta be kidding me. I must have not seen that last night. I must have medicated you and you just didn't eat the medication. So now we're 12 hours later. So I pick it up, I throw it back in another piece of food, and I go to give it to him. He spits it out again, and fucking Kobe comes around the corner and scoops the medication up off the floor and eats it himself. The night I brought Kevin home from my vet, he started having focal seizures where his head starts tremoring. I immediately took him to the emergency room, and the emergency room was able to stabilize him but said it was out of their league. He needed to go to the neurology hospital. So they put an IV catheter in his arm, showed me what to do, what to inject in case he had seizures in the car because it was a long drive. And I drove straight to the hospital, and they were able to get him in immediately. Down to the vet right now. My mom just called me. We're supposed to bring Ray down today anyway, and she just said that he had a terrible night, that he can't hold his bladder. He was screaming like he was in pain a few different times, and his head got really wobbly.
I eventually am going to say to you guys, unless you let me try and irradiate him completely with cancer medicine, all right, which I don't know if it will work, it might, okay, that this cycle is never going to improve. It's going to be the exact same cycle, right? And the problem with doing that, irradiating him, is I could kill him, right? I could kill him to try and cure him. That would be a decision that you guys would want to make. Mom and I are going back down to the hospital tonight at 5 p.m. to pick up Ray. Dr. Gifford's is going to stabilize him today. He's scheduled for a blood transfusion tomorrow. We need to make a decision. It's clear that neurologically he's been affected, but if we do the blood transfusion today and that brings him back up and helps support everything, we'll have a better idea of what the decision is going to be moving forward. Utah, you better not. Roman, you're asking for it. Kevin update. Yesterday was absolutely terrible. He was miserable. He's just like a shell. Today he's actually much better, but he's puked twice. Some of his seizure medication was in it. I called the neuroplay. I told the front desk lady what was going on. Went from being really polite to just got really shitty. Come forth, my child. Bill, pronto. Good boy. Come in. You better. Really? You know what? Then fine, I'm just gonna do this. On my finger it goes. In your ear like that. I did it and I win. Go home! No!
Good girl. Cute. Go home! Are those your dogs? Fuck! Can you call them or tell your neighbors? Come on. Come on, good girl. You're so good. Daddy, touch. Good girl. Look at how pretty that is. Oh, fuck. The vet just called and said he's crashing. Fuck. Come on. Go. You gotta go. Oh my God, go. Fuck. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Please hang on. Hang on, buddy. Hang on. Okay. All right, baby. Do we help him? He was 1.7 pounds and he fit in my hand. He was the size of a hamster and he was fucking perfect. My life revolved around him and it never stopped. I thought about him all day long. I talked about him to anybody that would listen. When he wasn't with me, I couldn't wait to see him again. He was the best thing that ever existed. In the first year or so, it was only him. I only loved him that much. I didn't care about other people's dogs. I didn't want to talk dogs to anyone. I just loved my dog. And then it just hit me. If it lived, I loved it. I couldn't deal with the thought of other animals suffering and not having someone to love them as much as I loved Ray. The suffering haunted me. And my love for all animals took over. My love for lives other than my own took over. And that was the beginning of it. I don't think I ever would have tapped into this love had I not had Ray. He let me pour myself into him and he let me smother him in the best way. Hand Over Rover exists because Ray came into my life. I love you, my little legend. I'll see you again, and next time we'll stay together forever. Shit. Yes, I definitely felt like a piece of shit. Kevin lost most of his vision, and I didn't realize he didn't see that garbage can. He can still see a little bit out of his left eye. The brain infection ended up being valley fever. It's something that's native here to Arizona. It's in the ground and they can breathe it in and it just manifests where it's going to. But every day, Kevin gets better and better. Perfect. This is really meant for you. Stop. Steve, These are our most adoptables: Steve, Millie, Kobe, Utah, Ricky, Dylan, Billy, and Diamond. This dreamboat is Harrison. He is one of the most human aggressive dogs I have ever trained. He was also one of the very first dogs I ever rescued. But his story is for another video. If you need help training your dog, you can buy one of my $20 courses. They're linked below. All my money goes to these dogs, so you're supporting the dogs as well. Or you can join our Patreon account. I swear I just saw this dog in the Nextdoor app.
You can bite me if you want, if that makes you feel better. I know. I don't want to stress you out like this, but also you have to go potty. But also I don't think you're gonna. Okay.